Prime Minister Perry Christie says he wants the expansion of the 32-year-old Defence Force base to be initiated as soon as possible, with the design of the harbour, rather the dredging of the harbour at the Coral Harbour base, additional manpower and the addition of 11 new vessels to the Defence Force fleet. He toured the facility today following upon a tour in June by his National Security Minister, Dr. Bernard Nottage. Mr. Christie said today the plans are meant to accommodate the force's needs 15 to 20 years into the future.
I begin by framing the question as to whether or not these physical premises are sufficient for us over the next 20 years. Can we therefore conclude that the headquarters of the Royal Bahamas Defence Force will be here? And once we have concluded that this is the place, then the next question is, what do we have to do to make it suitable for the next 20 years?
The new and improved base will likely be established at the same Coral Harbour location, but this time accommodating the force's largest ships, which are currently moored at the Prince George Dock. National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage.
Which needs to be done is going to be dredging the whole from the inlet right into here, which will be about a mile long. What we have calculated is that to provide for the ships and to provide for the dredging and all the ancillary things that have to be done, this is going to end up costing us about $200 million.
Now, speaking to the organizational capabilities of the force, Mr. Christie strongly lamented the thinking that protocol should stand in the way of law enforcement synergy.
But I'll be damned as the Prime Minister if I would appreciate the niceties that separate you from the police force when it comes down to the overall consideration that I have men and women who are trained in both disciplines with a great capacity to protect our country. And therefore we have to find a way. Even if we find it is not necessary now, we have to find a way.
Now, Mr. Christie says the plan is to add some 11 new vessels to the Defence Force fleet.